Good morning, YouTube. It's Armequen here. Wanted to talk this morning about our plans for next year's garden and what we went through to pull that plan together. Spent some time this week sketching out the perimeter of the garden area. As you've seen in previous videos, we've expanded the garden area by pulling the fence out, so we're about 40 by 46 in total perimeter size in there. Currently there's 2 raised bed gardens, a potato bin, a potato patch, and some experimentals with cucumbers and squash. We've got a small orchard out there with 4 trees, 2 apples, 2 plums. We've got some blueberries. We've got some blackberries. And that's it. So, now that we've got a larger enclosure that's a lot more secure, and it's gated so that we can get in with the garden tractor, here's our plan for 2015. What we did was just set out a perimeter like this so that we could get an idea where things are. And what you see on this plan right now is the layout of where the orchard is here, where the raised bed garden is here, and what we need to do to plan for 2015. So, what we're going to need, and I've got a list here, so mind me if I read this off. We're going to need another load of wood chips. Absolutely got to have it. Thankfully, the cost is free. We've decided we're going to put in an additional 4 raised bed gardens. So I've got to have the materials for that. They're going to be 4 foot by 8 foot, and I figured about $185 for the lumber to put that 4 raised beds together. We're going to need topsoil, compost to fill up those raised beds. And we found a local landscaper that has what he calls his 50-50 topsoil compost, and it's deliverable at $22 a yard, so about $235 for the load of topsoil for the raised bed gardens. We're going to put in a grape arbor, so we've got $40 to $50 worth of grape plants. We're going to do about 30 foot of grape arbor. Not quite sure exactly where it's going to go yet or how fancy the arbor is going to get, but we're going to work on that over the winter so that we can really figure it out. For the grape arbor, figure we're going to need some more posts, fence posts, and a bunch of 2x4s, so another $30 to $50 in materials for that. We want to put in 3 more fruit trees, get some cherries, peaches, another plum or an apple tree. So we've got about $60 that we're going to set aside in the budget for that. Going to expand the blueberries and the blackberries, so another $15 to $20 for that expansion. We're going to need some seeds above and beyond what we've already preserved. So another $20 to $25 for the seeds. Some miscellaneous items that we're going to need, maybe some additional tools, flowers, those kinds of things to draw the bees in. Going to need some PVC piping to support some bird netting and things like that over the fruit trees and over the blackberries and blueberries. So I'm figuring an additional $100 in the budget for those kinds of miscellaneous things. And we've also decided to add a couple more 3 foot by 3 foot potato bins. So I'm figuring another $50 on top of that. Add in kind of a fudge factor for inflation or things that I've forgotten, another $50 thereabouts for that. So our budget for our 2015 garden is going to be $800. Going to take a walk through in the garden in a few minutes to kind of show you how we've got things laid out and what our plan is for our next year's garden. Stay tuned. We're out in the garden now and wanted to just give you a quick overview of what we've got right now. There's a raised bed garden here, 4 foot by 4 foot. It's got tomatoes in the back, peas in the front, some pepper plants, and some more tomatoes down front, beans in there. Here's the second raised bed garden, also 4 foot by 8 foot, and that's got tomatoes in the back and beans, carrots in the front. I think there may be some more stuff in there. Oh yeah, turnips are in there. Out in the front down here, there's a couple of heritage tomato plants that we put in just for the seeds. Over on this side, we've got our rhododendron that my wife wants to keep, and I'm going to do my best to make sure that there's room for that. Here's the experimental cucumbers and the experimental squash. We just planted those in the ground and hope that they would take off. They seem to be doing sort of good, but we'll see. Our watering post is here with a wind chime on it. Over in this area is what we call the orchard. There's 2 plum trees in the front here and 2 apple trees in the back. There's one there and there's one there. And we've got blueberries planted in between. These 5 bushes here are all blueberries. First year. In fact, they've about tripled in size since we put them in. Over on this side is where our blackberries are. We've got this post here and the watering post here that we're going to use as a trellis for next year's cucumber plants by planting them right across here and letting them grow up a metal fence that I'm going to erect right across there, so that we've got room for those climbers to do their thing. Here is the potato patch, right in the ground, nothing raised bed about that. And there's the potato bin, 3 foot by 3 foot, that I put in earlier, and we've hilled that up 3 times now. So we're hoping that we're going to get a few pounds of potatoes out of that experiment as well. So for next year, in this area just opposite the original raised bed gardens, right here, there's going to be a raised bed, 4 foot by 8 foot. Right in here, where the potato are now, there's going to be another 4 foot by 4 foot raised bed garden. And then down here, where we've got the experimental cucumbers and squash, I'm going to put in perpendicular, so running this way, raised bed gardens, 2 of them, one down there and one right across here. Plan on moving this potato bin over a little bit and putting a second one in here. Grape arbor is probably going to go right where that table is, from there over to the end by the birdhouse, and we're going to build an arbor over the top and kind of go from there. So that's where we are right now with our 2015 garden plan. Just wanted to give you a sense of where things are and how we're going to approach this for next year with our plan and our budget. Well, there's the walkthrough. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the series of gardening videos that I've been working on. And if you do like them, give us a thumbs up and please subscribe. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. See you on the next video.